Hey, Paul, you've been doing some really great work lately, so I got you a little something.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Looks shiny.
Sure is. Hey, drink up, buddy. You deserve it.
He chose poorly.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of 5x5. I'm your host, David, and joining me as always is my good friend, Paul.
Hello, David.
Hello, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, crack your whips, throw me the idol, and never tell me the odds, because we've got Indiana Jones 5 on 5x5.
Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, you know, like when he's there and the guy's got the sword swinging and he pulls out his gun and shoots him.
Yeah, no. You're thinking of Han Solo.
No, Han Solo is a character played by the same actor, Harrison Ford, but that's Star Wars, and today we're talking about Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but in Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo says to C-3PO, never tell me the odds. That's where that line comes from.
This week, Disney announced a 50th Indiana Jones film will premiere in July 2019. Steven Spielberg will direct, Harrison Ford will return as Indy, and franchise vets Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall will produce. This, of course, raises 5 important questions.
The announcement didn't mention George Lucas' role in the new film. What will it be?
Everyone wants to contain the damaging influence of George Lucas, but since he and Spielberg are such good friends, I'm sure that Steven will maybe invite him to a coffee shop and make sure it's a public place with lots of people around, so that when Steven describes the plot to George and when George complains, all that will happen is no notes will be taken, and that will be the end of that.
That would be awesome if that was the end of that. But here's what's actually going to happen. George Lucas will be heavily involved, washed in on a tide of misplaced nostalgia, and he will find a way to cram even more aliens and, who cares, vampires, and why not a mummy? And they're all going to be from different planets, and George Lucas will find a way to take another piece of my childhood and rip it apart because that's what he loves to do more than anything else in the world.
Perfect.
Next question.
Shia LaBeouf is missing too. No Mutt Jones?
Well, Mutt Jones was a terrible character, portrayed by Shia LaBeouf, a terrible actor, in a movie that nobody liked that involved a refrigerator surviving a nuclear blast. So, I guess, thank you, Mr. Spielberg, for listening to the fans and not including Mutt Jones.
Well, you know, Dave, Lucasfilm has been really loyal to its actors, no matter how weird they get or how old they get or whatever strange situation they've got going on. But I gotta think that Shia LaBeouf's just insanity that's spread all over the internet has probably a little bit gone too far. No one wants to see him shouting off the sidelines in his great beard saying, "You can do it!" So I'm really thinking that what we're going to see is a picture of Mutt and he's going to be off at college or maybe dead.
Next question.
Will Indiana Jones 5 take a page from The Force Awakens and have the original cast handing off protagonist duties to a new set of characters?
Well, we all know that The Force Awakens was kind of criticized a little bit for rehashing plots, but the point of Indiana Jones always is that we have the same plot every time, that they're chasing after some artifact that Harrison Ford is doing. So anyway, Harrison definitely needs a new cast around him to bring him life. We saw that he got really invigorated with the new characters, someone new to bounce things against. And
Yeah. Here's what Indiana Jones is going to take away from The Force Awakens. They're going to drop a heavy stone door on Harrison Ford, break his leg, and then Short Round is going to jump out on Harrison Ford on a bridge, stab him, and throw him into a chasm. Next question.
Will Ford be cracking the whip for 120 minutes, or will old Indy be narrating flashbacks to a younger actor playing Indy?
Unfortunately, he'll probably be there the whole 120 minutes. People want to see the Indiana Jones they know and love, so we'll be treated to 78-year-old Harrison Ford swinging from whips and punching communists the whole movie through.
That's really wrong, Dave. What we're going to see, Indiana Jones 5 is going to open. It's going to open at a grocery store. We're going to zoom in and we're going to see an 80-year-old Harrison Ford paying for his groceries with pennies. And he's going to be counting them out and the cashier's going to be chewing gum. And he's going to catch out of the corner of his eye some Mayan ruins on the cover of a magazine. And he's going to did I tell you the time that I went to the Mayan ruins? And it's going to flash back and Chris Pratt is going to jump in wearing the hat and the whip. and he's going to have a great adventure. And then the end of the movie is going to come back, and we're going to see Harrison Ford again, counting out his final penny.
I do like Chris Pratt.
He is good.
Next question.
In the near future, in addition to reprising Han Solo, Rick Deckard of Blade Runner, and Indiana Jones, what role will he bring back next?
Well, Dave, let me tell you, I'm super excited for the 2020 debut of Air Force 2. This time, Harrison Ford is returning as President Marshall, but he's married to the Vice President, who is played maybe by Jennifer Garner or somebody, and Harrison's going to be talking to the press, and they're going to be joking around. The plane will get taken over. Jennifer Garner will do a lot of the kicking. Harrison Ford will just be there making smug comments, and it'll be great.
That's a good movie, but here's a better one.
Okay.
2021, Disregarding Henry, where a brain-damaged lawyer who is now committed to a nursing home, his shattered worldview allows him to reach really poignant observations about human relationships that nobody listens to.
You know, on that retirement home theme, that reminds me of what the plot of 2022's Fugitive.
2022.
Basically, Richard Kimball is in a retirement home. He has full dementia, and he thinks that the entire world is after him, so he keeps running away.
He's imagining the one-armed man.
That's right. That's right. It's going to be great.
That's all the time we have this week.
If you enjoyed this video, then you are clearly a person of wealth and taste, and we are very pleased to meet you. Also, you should probably go ahead and click those like and subscribe buttons, the ones just down there. Go ahead. I'll wait. Great, thanks for that. For all of those who didn't click, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But don't be sad, you can make it up to me by watching some of our previous videos, like our Game of Thrones Season 6 primer, or our Civil War preview. Make sure you come back next week to watch us cover everything you never wanted to know about Netflix, and therefore probably didn't ask. Until next week, I'm David.
And I'm Paul.
And this is 5x5, signing off.